Peaceful afternoon, Dr. Maida. Blessed afternoon, everyone. Together with my group mates, we will be discussing the legal basis of educational system. This is Farhana Usup, and I will be discussing the major legal basis of the Philippine constitutions. The present Constitution of the Philippines, approved by the 1986 Constitutional Commission on October 12, 1986. The 1987 Constitution of the Philippines was presented to President Corazon C. Aquino on October 15, 1986. It was ratified on February 2, 1987 by a plebiscite. It was proclaimed in force on February 11, 1987. There are three major legal bases under the Philippine constitutions. First, the 1935 Constitution, Article 14, Section 5. Second, the 1973 Constitution, Article 15, Section 8. And lastly, the 1987 Constitution's Article 14, Section 1 to 5.
The 1935 Constitution, Article 14, Section 5. This section states that all educational institutions shall be under the supervision of and subject to regulation by the state. The government shall establish and maintain a complete and adequate systems of public education, and shall provide at least free public primary instruction and citizenship training to adult citizens. It also states that all schools shall aim to develop moral character, personal discipline, civic conscience, and vocational efficiency, and to teach the duties of citizenship. Optional religious instruction shall be maintained in the public schools as now authorized by law. It also states that universities established by the state shall enjoy academic freedom. The state shall create scholarships in arts, science, and letters for specially gifted citizens. And now let's proceed to the second major legal basis under the Philippine Constitution. The 1973 Constitution's Article 15, Section 5 of the national economy and the patrimony of the nation. It states that all education institutions shall be under the supervision of and subject to regulation by the state. The state shall establish and maintain a complete, adequate, and integrated systems of education relevant to goals of national development. Second, all institutions of higher learning shall enjoy academic freedom. Third, the study of the Constitution shall be part of the curricula in all schools. Fourth, all educational institutions shall aim to inculcate love of country, teach the duties of citizenship, and develop moral character, personal discipline, and scientific, technological, and vocational efficiency. Fifth, the state shall maintain a system of free public elementary education, and in areas where finances permit, establish and maintain a system of free public education at least up to the secondary level. Sixth, the state shall provide citizenship and vocational training to adult citizens and out-of-school youth, and create and maintain scholarships for poor and deserving students. Seventh, educational institutions other than those established by religious orders, mission boards, and charitable organizations shall be owned solely by citizens of the Philippines, or corporations or associations 60% of the capital which is owned by such citizens. The control and administration of educational institutions shall be vested in citizens of the Philippines. No education institution shall establish exclusively for aliens, and no group of aliens shall comprise more than one-third of the enrollment of any school. The provisions of this subsection shall not apply to schools established for foreign diplomatic personnel and their dependents, unless otherwise provided by law for other foreign temporary residents. 8. At the option expressed in writing by the parents and guardians, and without cost to them and the government, religion shall be taught to their children or wards in public elementary and high schools as may be provided by law. This time, let's proceed to the third major legal basis under the Philippine Constitution, the 1987 Constitution, Article 14, Sections 1 to 5. The education, science and technology, arts, culture, and sports education. The 1987 Constitution, Article 14 has 5 sections. Let's start with the Section 1. It states that the state shall protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education at all levels and shall take appropriate steps to make such education accessible to all. Section 2. The state shall first establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education relevant to the needs of the people and society. Second, in the Section 2, establish and maintain a system of free public education in the elementary and high school levels, without limiting the natural right of parents to rear their children. Elementary education is compulsory for all children of school age. Third, establish and maintain a system of scholarship grants, student loan programs, subsidies, and other incentives which shall be available to deserving students in both public and private schools, especially to the underprivileged. Fourth, encourage non-formal, informal, and indigenous learning systems, as well as self-learning, independent, and out-of-school study programs, particularly those that respond to community needs. Fifth, provide adult citizens, the disabled, and out-of-school youth with training in civics, vocational, efficiency, and other skills. Section 3 under the 1987 Constitution. First, all educational institutions shall include the study of the constitutions as part of the curriculum. Second, they shall inculcate patriotism and nationalism, foster love of humanity, respect for human rights, appreciation of the role of national heroes in the historical development of the country, teach the rights and duties of citizenship, strengthen individual and spiritual values, develop moral and personal discipline, encourage critical and creative thinking, broaden scientific and technological knowledge, and promote vocational efficiency. Third, at the option expressed in writing by the parents or guardians, religion shall be allowed to be taught to their children or wards in public elementary and high school within the regular class hours by instructors designated or approved by the religious authorities of the religion to which the children or wards belong without additional cost to the government. Section 4 under the 1987 Constitution. First, it states that the state recognizes the complementary roles of public and private institutions in the educational system and shall exercise reasonable supervision and regulation of all educational institutions. Second, Educational institutions, other than those established by religious groups and mission boards, shall be owned solely by citizens of the Philippines or corporation or association, at least 60% room of the capital of which is owned by such citizens. The Congress may, however, require increased Filipino equity participation in all education institutions. The control and administration of educational institutions shall be vested in citizens of the Philippines. No educational institution shall be established exclusively for aliens, and no group of aliens shall comprise more than one-third of the enrollment in any school. The provision of this subsection shall not apply to school established for foreign diplomatic personnel and their dependents unless otherwise provided by law for other foreign temporary residents. Third, all revenues and assets of non-stock, non-profit educational institution used actually, directly, and exclusively for educational purposes shall be exempt from taxes and duties upon the dissolution or cessation of the corporation existence of such institutions. Their assets shall be disposed of in the manner provided by law. Property, educational institution, including those cooperatively owned, may likewise be entitled to such exemptions subject to the limitations provided by law, including restrictions on dividends and provisions for reinvestment. Section 5 under the 1987 Constitution. Subject to conditions prescribed by law, all grants, endowments, donations, or contributions used actually, directly, and exclusively for educational purposes shall be exempt from tax.